To a very sunny Gibraltar. We are live here at the Tercentenary Hall for the live Europe Netball Open Challenge competition. I'm Natalie Pepperell and I have with me in commentary the lovely Catherine Lewis. Catherine is the chair of Europe Netball and is a long-standing volunteer in the world of netball, having taken on many roles in the past and in the present, and I'm sure a long time in the future. And I know I said that in the last game, but I'm going to say it again because she's just wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Natalie. Paid you well in my lunch then. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome, Kat. So second game in, we saw a ranking match in the match before for Northern Ireland against Gibraltar. This is obviously the first game in the Open Challenge competition. What do you think we're going to see out of this game today?
I think we're going to see both teams come out hot and strong, wanting to make their mark, particularly on the tournament. Like you said, this is the first match proper of this particular challenge tournament. They've had considerable time off from international match play. So I'm looking for strong combinations, strong defence, working through and punching through an attack, coming forward for the ball. And just interesting to see how they all last the entire full international match, and the pressures and the nerves and things that can come with it, you know, that eats up your emotional experience of it all as well.
Absolutely. So you've just seen on your screen there the matches over the next few days. We've got lots here for you in Gibraltar. This is the last match of the day today, but also the first match of the competition, as we said. Friday sees Gibraltar take on Switzerland at 9 o'clock, Isle of Man versus Northern Ireland, Switzerland versus Malta, and then the UAE versus Gibraltar. Saturday, Malta versus Gibraltar, Isle of Man versus UAE, Switzerland versus UAE, and then the Isle of Man versus Gibraltar. And then Sunday, the very last day, sees Malta versus the UAE. The last in the competition is the Isle of Man versus Switzerland. And then another of those ranking matches sees Gibraltar take on Northern Ireland for the second time. So do not go anywhere. We have lots of exciting netball for you.
And as you said, obviously the ones with Northern Ireland are out with this particular tournament, but are particular international matches that are alongside this tournament with some of the key countries participating. But what's important to note is that for this challenge tournament as well, these are ranking matches for these countries, and they don't always get as much international netball as they aspire to get. So these matches are really important to assist them in the world rankings.
Absolutely. Don't forget those times are the times here in Gibraltar, so you'll obviously have to adjust them for your times wherever you are around the world. And bringing to you now the starting lineups for these two teams. So starting lineups for Malta and the starting lineup for the Isle of Man. For Malta, at goal shooter we have Corinne Lagana. At goal attack, Sabrina Abugrin. Wing attack, Nadia Turban. Centre, Lucrecia Healy. Wing defence, Martina Kauki. Goal defence, Tamara Vella, and the captain. And then goalkeeper, Yasmin Abugrin. The coach is Mariela Baldacchino. For the Isle of Man, at goal shooter, Chloe Swales. Goal attack, Ashley Hall. Wing attack, Jane Ryder-Clegg. Centre, Rachel Johnston. Wing defence, Cassidy Pizzi. Goal defence, Natalie Swales. Goalkeeper, Kat Keeley, and the coach is Claire Batty. And just to point out, the captain for the Isle of Man is Ashley Hall at wing attack. So you can see the teams now coming to court. We've got 1 minute until we are going to start this game. The umpires for today are Katie Howell, Danielle Coxey, and the reserve umpire is Chris Obin. So this is really exciting, isn't it, Kath? The first game, we're really going to start to see, we haven't seen, as you said, Malta for a while. We're really going to get a feel in this game as to where everyone's going to sit in this competition.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, they're both going to be coming out here to make a point to prove to the other teams that where they deserve to be in the actual rankings and the placements of the tournament. But it's an exciting match. You know, they're kicking off the tournament for us, so important to see the change.
So yeah, you can see the umpires lining up there. Isle of Man are hosting the Europe Netball Under 21 competition in a month's time as well, so all very exciting stuff going on over there. And as you alluded to, we haven't seen Malta for a while, so it's really, really exciting to see them back and to see what they can bring to this competition.
So we're just waiting for the timings now for the balls to be collected. Obviously new COVID rules means the ball's not taken out by any ball girl or the umpire crossing the court. So just ready to start, and off we go. You're very much welcome to the Europe Netball Open Challenge for 2021. Long time in the hosting. It's just great to see these countries back on the court.
So an early turnover for the Isle of Man. Just see if they can capitalise on that.
Close man-to-man going so far.
Oh,
That's
great
nice feed.
Great reach by Chloe Swales. Nice calm shot to get her off the board.
And that was a turnover ball. So Isle of Man stamping their authority on it at the moment.
Swales choosing to come out. Long swing across the circle. Oh, nearly.
Yeah. She almost had her hands to it then, didn't she?
Yeah, Yasmin Abugrin reaching up for that one.
Important now for them to keep the centre. So looking to have the feed in.
Isle of Man just forcing everybody on one side of the court at the moment, and Malta struggling just to open that up. Oh, well picked up.
Good cover.
Great passing as well there from Lucretia Healy.
Solid goal. Okay, so nerves should start settling down for both teams now. And the umpires beginning to run more freely as well. Getting back into the swing of international netball.
Oh, nice long ball over there to Ashley Hall.
Nice positioning. Nice goal.
Chloe Swales settled into this game nice and early. Just a bit too much airtime on that ball.
Yeah. Once you've gone into the side court, it's difficult to get yourself out then, isn't it?
You can see the position as well from the Isle of Man defence, just sitting behind everyone, pushing them all together. So maybe that's a tactic we're seeing early on from them.
They're defending hard. We've got a couple of sisters on both teams, I think, in this match.
Yeah, the Abugurins and the Swales. Well picked up there on the rebound by Ashley Hall, although I'm pretty sure Chloe Swales will say it was a pass.
It's hard. That post not been a friendly post today, is it? Oh, cracking shot. And again, it was a turnover ball. So Isle of Man now looking to capitalise on this.
Yeah, Malta will want to just slow this down, not let them get too much of a lead early on, but a beautifully placed ball by Ashley Hall. Just caught Yasmin Abugurim with her head down.
So breaking call there and free pass then for Isle of Man.
Obviously all the other coaches as well, I would imagine, will be watching this for the tactics.
So as the reset was thought of, it didn't have much oomph on the ball then, did it, to carry it over?
No, it's quite hard as well, isn't it, to reset on the opposite diagonal.
Yeah. Good position for the rebound. It takes advantage, and again a turnover ball for the Isle of Man.
Just starting to get an early lead here. The Isle of Man.
Nice movement out. Good defending there.
Yeah, Tamara Vella, the captain for Malta, coming through with that ball.
Isle of Man once again closing it down.
She could see the space, couldn't she, Martina Kauki? She just wanted Nadia Turban to run onto that one, but unfortunately a miscommunication.
Yep. We're 5 minutes in, so fingers crossed it'll come.
Well, it's early days, isn't it? I mean, like we said before, we haven't seen them in the competition for a while, and with everything that's gone on, it may well have been quite a long time since they've played together.
Yeah.
So just getting those key connections going.
So just playing the ball around, taking their time. Malta just looking for the choices. But Isle of Man taking advantage and defending strong. It's a lovely pass in.
It's a real key strategy there from the Isle of Man. You can see them trying to create pressure by forcing them all into one space. We saw it down the defensive end, and now we're seeing it in the attacking end as well. They're really pushing the Maltese up.
Yeah, they're seeking to dominate in the key thirds, aren't they, completely?
And creating pressure must be a great tactic at the moment when you think of the fact, this is the first game.
Yeah.
We've talked about the fact they haven't played together. The minute pressure comes on, that's when things get difficult anyway. But if you haven't played for a while, then it's going to make it even harder, isn't it?
Exactly. The trick is now to keep on going and pushing through, isn't it?
Yeah, great width there by Natalie Swales.
Confident passing done by the Isle of Man.
Rachel Johnston getting good positions around circle edge as well for Isle of Man.
Shooters are both moving strongly, so it's offside called. It's a free pass out.
Unlucky there by Tamara Vella.
Nearly got it then.
Patient play by Isle of Man, but they were reading it, weren't they?
Exactly. Missed opportunity there, but strong defending by Malta. So I see them build it up.
Yeah, Yasmin Abigrin tracked that all the way. Didn't allow her that backspace.
No.
Oh, it's a coach killer, isn't it?
I know. So again, Isle of Man have the opportunity to play it around and to push it into the circle.
And they're being really patient, aren't they, in passing out and in, out and in, until they get into that position that Swales and Hall feel comfortable in shooting.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not looking to take a chance on the shots. They want to get into a comfortable position.
An error there at the start of the game. Not sure if it was a breaking or if she wasn't back on side for that.
Either way, free pass for Isle of Man, and they're swinging it down.
And this is what we saw actually at the start of the Gibraltar game, just a few unforced errors almost. And it just shows you the scoreline can tick over so quickly.
Yeah.
Those unforced errors are so key to try and minimalise.
Exactly.
Minimalise or minimise, either way.
Both of them. But certainly I think that Isle of Man are capitalising on the fact that if they get a turnover ball, they're going to take it and try and get it to goal.
Nice
in the nicest way. You can play it around the court as much as you like, but it's getting the goals account.
Absolutely.
And for those of you who don't know me, I'm not a shooter, so I shouldn't say these things.
There's that line again. You've got on that transverse line trying to put pressure on.
Yeah. Malta needed to punch through it. That's a nice pass down, good vision. Lovely movement.
Much better. Passing over the mess and driving through.
Okay. Contact called. So both stand out now. And great shot.
Well done, Corinne.
For the confidence and keep them in the game.
Yeah, needed. They've really got to make sure that the scoreboard doesn't run away with them, especially in the first quarter.
It's important they kept their centre then, so that was a good move. They worked hard for that. Nice pass. They're beautiful passes when they work.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And a goal off it,
As an ex-coach, that one made me take a deep breath. There, saying to your players, get it to circle edge.
This morning, I feel.
It's one of those ones that makes you look silly as a coach. You're like, get it to circle edge, and then they throw a great one that gets in, and you're like, okay, or not.
Malta moving in nicely in. Strong Isle of Man defence, working hard there. Okay. It's a nice lean. Oh, what a lovely shot.
Beautiful shot by Sabrina Abigrin.
So confidence for Malta there because they had a turnover ball, which was the Malta centre.
It's quite key as well, isn't it? If you're, when the scorelines run off a bit and you get that ball to goal, even if it's a long shot, your shooter getting in is such a confidence builder, isn't it, for the rest of the team?
Exactly. It can really make a difference then. Okay, so
caution given there for the Lucretia Healy. Intentional contact. So as it stands at the moment in umpiring, if anything is deemed as intentional, it is a caution.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be interesting to watch how she continues to play now because I don't want to be carrying that for too long. But we're early in the match to have one of those, but we'll see how it all plays out. It's a strong movement. Malta is settling down quite nicely now and beginning to
beautiful
play.
Really, really nice ball by Lucretia Healy. Not Lucretia Healy, sorry, Nadia Turban. Confused my wing attack and my centre.
Easy, Jen. Isle of Man now looking to put their stamp on it and keep their centre. Good feed, but lovely defensive work there.
Yeah, good double defence. Good of Tamara Vella as well to see it coming in.
Nice draw. And a beautiful pass. Holding space lovely there, isn't it? There's an option behind then if they wanted to pass out, but why would she? You need to get back in quicker now.
Yeah, another breaking call. I'm sure their coaching team will be a bit frustrated at that, especially, like I say, every goal counts at the minute. But gifted back by a footwork.
So Malta's got the chance now to take it back up the court. As it's off their centre, they need to try and capitalise as much as they can off it.
Beautiful,
nice play.
Yeah, beautiful link there by Abugrin.
And running into the pass. Shooter's not comfortable shooting there, so he's looking to play it around.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because she then had her goal attack behind her, creating that space for her to go back.
I know. Lovely shot. So they
be interesting to see whether that was a tactic
to
create that space or whether she was just in the same space.
Yeah.
Have to look out for it.
But
that's one to try it locally.
They centre then, which was great, and you can see that they're clawing it back now. So Isle of Man playing it around. She's going to take the shot. Oh, what a beautiful pass!
Yeah, pinpoint accuracy on that one because Yasmin Abugrin was all over Chloe Swells, but Ashley Hall just managed to pick her out.
Malta playing well, playing it around.
Oh, just potentially a little bit too fast on that. She just needed to land a feed, didn't she? And this is what we were talking about in the last game. At what point in time does it become flow? You go past that flow a little bit too much and then that error happens.
Yeah.
Ashley Hall really wanted that ball. I didn't know whether you could hear her on the TV.
Shouting for it.
Yeah. What works really well for Malta is when they come through quite quick.
Yeah. And there's a lot of movement then.
Just pausing for what looks like a hair bubble.
Yeah. Dangerous things floating around the court if they left loose. It's such a high-speed game. You need to keep that court as clean as you can.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely feed. Oh.
She's got a really good touch on the ball, Nadia Turban, hasn't she?
She's
done a couple of those now. Some beautiful balls into Corinne. And this is better. The second part of this quarter, Malta are really holding their own now and starting to come back.
They are working hard there, isn't it? And Isle of Man are just trying to solidify their position now. But a lovely rebound. It's a shame that it didn't come off.
Yeah, but great pressure again by Yasmin Abugrin, just making sure she got her hands on that. And this could be a key moment again for Malta if they can take this through to goal. It's just making sure that they're knocking on that door, saying to the Isle of Man, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And unlucky for just over the line there.
Yeah, Lagana's foot just
slightly out.
I think
the shooter knew that then as well. Yep.
It's that point in time where they lift their foot up and try and pretend nothing happened.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the umpires are too good.
Yeah. They're top quality and getting right to that back line and looking to see, so not missing a trick. Lovely shooting action there.
Really fast ball speed there as well by the Isle of Man, which is so hard to defend when it's on point.
Nice drive by Malta here. They're relaxing into the feeding down into the circle, isn't it? It feels more fluid as the match has worn on.
I think that was a foot was out of court, not out of court, sorry, out
Offside.
of the D before she took the shot.
Oh, right.
So both your feet have to have landed in the circle for you to be able to shoot. Or just a bit too much on that from Swales to Hall.
The match is such a fast pace. It's a shame that her other attacks didn't warn. Sometimes that can happen, isn't it? You can warn your shooters.
But at the same point in time, I mean, is this, if it's 14-6, is this just the time to find out where those margins are?
Yeah.
You know, really try and push those passes and see what the edge of your limit is. There's a fine line, isn't there, between control and flair and making sure that...
Exactly.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Isle of Man taking a commanding lead in that quarter, 14-6. But it's not over yet, is it, Kath?
Oh, not by any stretch. I think Malta, considering that they've had quite a significant break in international netball, have come out quite strongly, and some lovely combinations of play and flair, as you quite rightly said. But they need to make sure that they keep that control on there as well. But Isle of Man, all credit to them. They've come out exceptionally well, look very strong. They know where each other are. I think they've benefited from the way the country's handled the pandemic in Isle of Man, because they've had the opportunities to be participating in netball more frequently than maybe some other countries may well have had that opportunity. But their play today has been great so far.
Absolutely.
I think they'll be looking to build on that.
And we were talking about rankings before. Malta at the moment are currently unranked. So you have to have played a certain number of games over 4 years to get a ranking on the World Netball rankings. However, Isle of Man are currently sat at 23, so they must be quite pleased with their progress through the rankings so far.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously you get ranking points every time you play another international team in an international set match like this. So they'll be acquiring points throughout the tournament. So it is interesting to see how it will play out. But as you quite rightly said, Malta lost some ranking positions because of the fact they haven't had an opportunity to play for whatever reasons. So it's just great to see them back in the European netball tournament sphere, really.
So on your screen at the moment, you'll be seeing some replays of what we've just seen, and this is obviously just the Isle of Man and that feeding of the circle. And we said at the beginning, didn't we, they were moving the ball around really well to get their shooters into comfortable positions to shoot.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see they're holding the spaces very well, the Isle of Man shooters. But look at the defensive work here. They're dominating in there. Obviously, that was a call for that then, and the goal was accepted rather than pull it back.
So if you were the coach then of Gibraltar, I'm on the wrong game. If you were the coach of Malta, what would you be saying to your team now? What is it that you'd like them to tweak to get really back into this game? Because it's doable.
It is very much doable. And on the basis I'm a UKCC level 1 coach, I think I'd be... But what I would be saying if it was my club, my team that I was coaching on the side, is start to calm it down slightly, to make sure that they time their moves, that when they bring that ball down the court, to take their time. I don't want to stifle flair, but it's all about, as you said, I think control, because it's a long game and we've got opportunities. But I think that they just need to settle themselves down. But again, drive in, control, and timing of moves for that one.
Yeah, I mean, we saw at the beginning, didn't we, that pressure. They felt that pressure almost immediately by the Isle of Man. And when they started to play through that pressure by having a middle drive and then going over the mess almost a lot of the time, it was starting to work for them better, wasn't it?
Definitely. And you can see them relaxing more into it, but I think they just need to ensure that they keep that sort of pressure up.
And the Isle of Man will know, I mean, Claire is a very experienced coach. She'll know that this game isn't over yet. They don't have it in the bag. Oh, that was that excellent ball again. Sorry, I got drawn to the replay. So what do you think she'll be saying to her team now? They started off well and then maybe allowed Malta to come back in. How are they going to put their foot on that accelerator?
I think they showed real strong defensive lines, and I think that they need to make sure that they maintain those now through this quarter, so that if there is attack positions or if there is turnover ball in Malta's advantage, then Isle of Man need to shut them down and bring that back up to their own shooting circle then, because the match is certainly not over. And what is important in tournaments is not just the winning, it's also the number of goals you get to score. All sorts of different calculations come into play at the very end, depending how tight all the matches are.
Absolutely.
And certainly in some Europe netball tournaments, we've seen draws, etc. And it's really important that both teams push themselves all the way through.
So we're seeing a bit of a change for the Isle of Man here. Just to bring you up to date with them, we have coming on at goal shooter Ailish Brideson. Chloe Swells has moved into the goal attack position, and Ashley Hall has moved into the wing attack position. Good substitutes there, or are you surprised at a change?
No, I'm not surprised. I think that they're good, strong movements. Isle of Man are keen to capitalise the fact they've got a lead. they've got strong bases, and again wanting to get all the international legs on the court.
No changes for Malta, so they are playing on. Just need to take a breath on that pass there.
Yeah. The advantage call then of the contact, but then the penalty is here now. Just taking your time for the shot. Umpire just gently counselling in relation to making sure you're out of play during the force of the penalty.
Malta having to go backwards on their centre pass. And you can't help but wonder whether, that's a tactic or whether actually they just can't get it in, because they had both attackers over the line, didn't they? Yeah. So by then giving it to their defence, there wasn't much in front. No. That in turn is going to cause that pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, and exactly. And that's when you begin to see the mistakes that came about with the turnover ball then. So, because people are having to reposition en masse almost, aren't they?
Absolutely. So credit to Isle of Man for the pressure, but just want to see Malta try and play through that. Good
nice
give and go there.
Top, yeah.
Good job by Rachel Johnston.
Footwork call there.
Yeah, a bit of dancing. One of our umpires in our local league likes to call it excitement. Bit of excitement there by Gorshoot.
You need to plant that foot, yeah. That's for sure.
Just lots of whistle being involved in this game at the moment.
The umpires are keen to play advantages as best they can, but netball's controlled by whistles, everybody knows, so whistle and voice. So the match reset and restarting.
There's something to be said as well, isn't there, for controlling the game at the beginning so the players are aware of,
what's expected and
the
manner in which they should be playing. Exactly. So Malta's got a score on the board for this quarter and a pressurising the feed down in to the attack circle of the Isle of Man.
Don't really want to be giving the Isle of Man any second opportunities at the goal.
No. You want to get that ball if this is a missed. That court there does not seem long enough, does it, for either shooters?
No. Can we have an extra inch?
Yeah. Extra metre, please. Yeah.
It's more exciting for the defence.
I know.
It's great through court defence by Isle of Man. You can see them causing the pressure on a 5-dice zone in the middle. And it's drawing the Maltese players in, isn't it? Whereas before they were sending it over the top of that. They've been drawn into it a little bit this time.
Exactly. It's just played in the Isle of Man's hands then, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
but really good tactics. Second opportunity to get it through.
3 seconds called there, her ball. So it's a free pass.
Just need to see a short offload really for Yasmin Abugrin there, so she can do potentially a give and go, drive through that zone. But all of the players running away from her.
Makes it extremely difficult to get her out then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the Deb and the deep blue sea, do you let it go, or do you just wait for the 3-second call, isn't it?
Oh, and these are those unforced errors that
goal attack needs to get back from Malta. That's 4th or 5th now, isn't it?
Yeah, and like we say, the scoreline is still, still can pull back this. It can still be in with a shot of winning it, let alone doing a good performance.
It's a caution for the goal attack. Looks like it did a bit of obstruction.
So that's 2 Malta players at the moment sat on a caution.
Yeah.
Isle of Man.
There.
Yeah, put their foot down. And that's what the coaches are going to want to see, isn't it? They're going to want to see them taking advantage of any errors and really making sure that they count, because they've got so many games in this tournament.
Yeah, they just need to keep moving. Every opportunity they get, they need to get it into goal, isn't it? And the 2 shooters showed how nicely they played together.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that little sequence then leading to that goal.
Struggling again to get that forward.
Lucky not to have a held ball call then, I think. But Malta playing it around and play on, she says. As if they could hear me. So both defence out
good
there
shot.
and the shot goes in. So there's only 10 in it. And Malta really are, I feel, holding their own quite well actually.
Yeah, if you cut out the enforced errors, it'd be a lot closer.
Yeah. That's lovely work.
Oh, superb ball speed. Ashley Hall's really good at like gameplay, isn't she? She's such a creator of things.
Excellent vision.
Bridson not needing a second chance there.
So Isle of Man's defence again, illustrating what it can do.
Oh, unlucky. I thought they'd done the same then.
Yeah.
It's just that discipline.
So they keep him working.
Ooh. Oh, great pressure.
Yeah.
And they were running hard on everything. Hard man on that.
They
so
are really man on man there. They're working hard not to let anything ball, but they need to drive into the ball. Don't turn your back.
yeah, just caught stood.
Yeah.
And both of them coming forward at the same time.
Just need to keep moving, keep offering.
When they get to this point, it's really nice. They move
Yeah.
the ball around the circle really well.
Lovely pass. Oh. I can't fault the Isle of Man effort for trying though, but a lovely goal at the end of it. The work of both countries in that circle then was brilliant.
Good defence there on the forward by Malta.
Lovely pass.
Caution for Martina Kauki for persistent obstruction.
Is that 3 now for Malta and caution?
It is. The goal attack, the centre and the wing defence.
We need to be careful now. We need to rein it in a bit.
That's a nice drive through the middle.
Definitely.
And when they punch that middle space, they play really well, don't they?
Yeah, nice movement.
Oh, beautiful
And
feed, well
positioning.
seen. Really
Excellent
nice.
play. Again, it's not much in it.
Yeah, more of that, please, Malta. That's what their
Beautiful
coaches are
pass
saying
there.
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
More of that, ladies.
Yep. Come on.
Nice.
The Isle of Man respond immediately. Lovely play down into the circle and a straight shot in.
Great.
Tat needs to get down. She can't shoot from up there.
No, she'd come over, hadn't she?
Tip there.
She'd come over for the centre pass, but maybe a little bit too late. It's just the timing, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
needs a bit of a tweak.
Out of hands there. Unlucky on the shoot in front, but that was out of hands. Was it contact? Yeah. So off we go. Isle of Man looking now to capitalise. Because this was off Malta's centre, don't forget. If I remember it rightly.
Oh,
Beautiful play.
textbook triangle.
Oh. And it just rolls in gently.
The whole bench was clapping that. Very pleased.
Both teams are looking back for their centre passes though quite a bit, which shows that the defences for both teams are doing a good job in stifling the pass.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're coming over for the ball. They're just not getting it. So,
No.
as you said, credit to the defence on both teams. But maybe something that they both need to tweak or at least look at.
Yeah. Oh. When you're that close to the line, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, Lucressa Healy just running out of space there.
It's unlucky.
Great fake by Johnston. Oh, unlucky.
Tip. Everybody wants another metre on that back of that court, that's for sure.
I'll potentially get another shot there, just a a pass a little bit too high there for Cassidy Pissy to bring in.
Zylerman get a chance again.
I think we've got an injury here.
Ooh.
I think maybe it was a bit of a dead leg.
She looks like she hasn't called time, so.
Oh, she hasn't called time. It was a contact. Good job you're here, Kath.
So she's just going to work through that and get back up running. It's great to see Isleman go attack back going okay. Lovely movement here.
Yeah, good use of the ball as well by the wing attack Turban.
Excellent play.
There are some moments of magic for Malta.
Yeah, most definitely. And they kept their centre then, so that this is good play. Isleman now in the attack, relaxing and swinging that ball around. It's lovely to see. What beautiful play.
Yeah, they use the pockets really well. You'd be thinking, wouldn't you, if you were the Malta coach, about how you can keep them out of those pockets, because they open the baseline up beautifully in attack. And it's not ideal for Malta to allow them to do that.
They're dominating in that circle, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, great
Lovely
take.
play. Oh, and balance then as she passed. Lovely. Good pick up there on the outside of the circle.
She's really good at composing herself, isn't she, Corinne Lagana?
Definitely. Lovely positioning. Just a tiny tad too soon then by the goal attack. Ooh, my heart's in my mouth then.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wild pass. Nice shooter-to-shooter ball, though.
Good strong lean. And Isleman they're swinging it down the court.
Yeah.
Get another chance now in the throw-in.
It was good of Abigrin to come out on that, because they transitioned really quickly, so she's just given a team time really to come back and settle a little bit.
Man to man is really going for it. Lovely.
She almost didn't take any time to shoot that either, did she, Chloe Swell? Straight up and in.
Catch, turn, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of frustration there.
Yeah.
By Chloe Swell's not holding on to that ball. It was a beautiful pass, but she has done some amazing stuff, so she'll just have to bin that, move on.
We can give her that one.
Yeah. We'll let her off. There's that 5 dice zone again. Oh, we got a caution for the Isleman goal shooter now.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of fun and games in the caution front so far, isn't it?
Just hope it doesn't escalate. Because probably completely politically incorrect. I don't think any of it at the moment is intentional. It's just errors. And like we say, we've been out of it for a bit, so hopefully they'll listen to that, settle down, and change their behaviour, which ultimately is what the warning system's supposed to do, isn't it? Give you time to change your behaviour and
time to reflect, change, and reset. Then, isn't it? But yeah, I agree with you on that. Lovely pass in. Go on, take the shot. Yes.
I really like her.
Top coaching tip off me then. Take the shot.
Yeah, Kath would like to own that one, thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a shooter, so the cheek of me saying it. Lovely. Oh.
Yeah.
So nearly down there. Just over egg, just slightly there. But
they had everybody over again, didn't they? They were all in the middle third. There was no options. And I think, you could have played it back and played 1-to-1, but it's almost excitement then to send that ball.
Exactly.
And that's really good defence to create that situation where you've only got one ahead of the ball.
Yeah. And Malta are working hard here to stop the feed coming in, so good hands there by the defence again. But
lovely shot.
Lovely shot under pressure.
Keeping everyone on ball side there. A great defensive job by Natalie Swales.
Good movement around the circle then, creating space.
Yeah, lovely circle
they're
rotation.
ready for the rebound, lovely.
We've got 20 seconds left to see if we can get one more goal out of this quarter.
They like to get a goal off the centre now, so it's not
Oh,
wasted.
great D.
Great defending.
Put a body on the line for that one.
Most definitely. Captain's effort, eh? And there we are, Isle of Man. They got the goal off their centre.
Absolutely. So half time leads us with Isle of Man 27, Malta 14. So
solid performance there actually. Malta increased their shooting stats, I think, in our second quarter. So I think they made a good stride, I think. You should be pleased with their performance.
Do you think improvements in the second quarter compared to the first, or did we get pretty much the same?
For me, I think there was an improvement. I think they felt more comfortable in playing it around a little bit more. And some of the passing into the circle was exceptionally good. And you can see here they're defending. You know, they're going for it. They really are. But I'd say Isle of Man have solidified themselves in this match so far.
It's very much two different styles, isn't it, in terms of the defence? What we're seeing from Malta is very much a strong man-on-man running on the ball.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of zone marking going on for the Isle of Man, isn't there?
Yes, exactly. Sometimes Malta's punching through, but other times it's extremely effective. And Isle of Man bear fruit then, because they get the turnover ball down.
So how can Malta get past this? I mean, it's really apparent. Obviously, we're seeing some of the replays now. It's really apparent the defensive strength of the Isle of Man in the middle third. You can see really clearly on your screens when you watch it that five-man dice. How do Malta get through that?
I think they need to make, don't run away from the too far away, because then there's not going to be a long bomb coming down to any of them, and they need to make sure that they sort of punch through into the centre court as much as they possibly can. Yeah,
potentially do some more give and goes through the court.
Yeah, and quicker movement off it then. But most important thing is don't turn your back on the ball. On occasions we've seen that a little bit, where and then 3 seconds to getting called.
Yeah.
And the player potentially is in good space, but they're just not sighted.
Yeah, we need those 1, 2, 3 drives, because one needs to draw the attention, doesn't it, of that zone, and mind you, the goal attack for Malta, Sabrina Abugrin, has had some wide space quite a lot of the time, and they've used her on some occasions to play through the court and send it wide, and that's really worked, hasn't
really
it?
Effectively when that's happened. And then she's had to run like heck to get in there when the ball has gone into the shooting circle, so she's there to support. But she's been very effective in that level of movement.
And we've talked about the centre passes, so Isle of Man now are struggling to get that ball out forwards on a centre pass because of the defence, this strong man-on-man that we've talked about from Malta. So what can Gibraltar do to not have that where they're all in the middle third and then there's no options?
I think, if nothing else, the attack shouldn't necessarily come out as far as they're coming, because they just take up the space for the defenders to come. They can carry a ball off that centre further down the court if the pass was not behind on the centre. So I think from that point of view, but to be quite frank, Nat, you're the substantially better coach than me, so how would you tell them what to do?
No, I think you're spot on.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think at the moment they're both piling over, aren't they? And you almost, or maybe it's the clear that we're not getting. Maybe we're getting that first drive and it's happening on both sides sometimes. We're getting that drive, but then not the clear.
Yeah.
Malta especially are doing that in their zone. They're sort of both coming forward and then both standing still.
Yeah, there seems to be, like you said, too many bodies in one space, and then it just becomes very cluttered then. So if you've got anything meaningful to add, clear out. That's a top coaching tip for me. That's what I'm often told by my coach.
Sometimes the basics are the best.
Coach, my sister, she just get out the way, Catherine.
But sometimes the basics are the most important, aren't they? Drive, clear, go again.
Yeah,
Drive, clear,
exactly.
go again. I mean, we'd like to think that you need all these fancy tactics, but actually at the end of the day, sometimes we just need the basics.
Really. Yeah.
Pass, catch, move, pass, catch, move.
Yeah, exactly.
One person who has impressed me is Nadia Turban for Malta at the wing attack. She seems to have beautiful connections with her goal shooter and goal attack. So when she gets the ball on the circle edge, lets it go, it's just
most
beautiful.
Definitely. And you can see she's relaxing into the match really, really well. So that means then that she's more comfortable in letting it go and relying on obviously the good relationship that she's got with those players. They got confidence in one another, haven't they? It's lovely to watch then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Isle of Man are really spoiling the party for them, aren't they? In the defensive play that they've got going on.
So just a few shout outs, because we can't not say thank you to the sponsors that make all this happen. It's obviously quite costly to put on events like this, and so these people really, really deserve our thanks. Europort, Hassan's, Holiday Inn Express, Safety Solutions, Saucony and Speed, HM Government of Gibraltar, GSLA, and Marble Arc. And also a big shout out to all the volunteers that are working here and working for Europe Netball here and at home, making things happen, and Gibraltar Netball. Interestingly, Gibraltar are hosting the Netball World Youth Cup coming up as well.
Next one. So sadly, the one that we were anticipating this year in Fiji, because of the COVID pandemic, even though the timings got rearranged, it eventually got pulled because of just logistics, health reasons, you name it, it couldn't be undertaken. So by the time the World Youth Cup comes back, Gibraltar have just been selected to host it, which is exciting for Gibraltar, but really exciting for European netball, particularly when you saw all the activity and the growth of the sport following the World Cup that was in Liverpool. And then, like I said, they've got that. It's just sad times. It'll be 8 years that a World Youth Cup, because of the pandemic, wouldn't have run. And obviously that you were at the last World Youth Cup as a coach for Wales at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a real shame for the youngsters coming through that they missed out on this one. But, no one expected anything like this, did they? So,
no,
I mean,
not.
Everyone here is so grateful to be back at some kind of netball. And you know what? We're probably not the worst hit people, and our hearts go out to everyone that's been affected by the pandemic. But I mean, these girls and the coaches, and I mean, you'll have seen it, the amount of things that have been put on over Zoom, over Twitter, just some fantastic stuff to keep people engaged and actually to keep their fitness going during this time. Coaches have had to work really hard, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's really important to remember that netball is one of the leading female team sports in Europe, and it's a sport that nobody would want to see fall away by the wayside as a consequence of the way the pandemic has ravaged society, finances, etc. So, it's really important that this tournament went ahead, and Europe Netball volunteers have been exceptional. Janet Young, Maggie Jackson, Linda Dyer and Megan Fay in getting this off the ground with all the COVID restrictions we have to observe. But they're just talking through some potential changes now, so Natalie will fill us all in fully when we've had them all through. But there will be some movement going forward in the two squads. I can see they've made a few little tweaks just to make sure that it'll run effectively. So third quarter is shortly going to resume. You can see the umpires getting themselves ready. While the bench control the timings, obviously it's the umpires who actually control the matches.
There are some changes to bring you. We're just getting them confirmed now. So for Malta, Vela moves to wing defence, Camilleri comes on at goal defence, and Buttigieg comes on at goalkeeper. For the Isle of Man, Becky Hemsel comes on at goalkeeper, Shaw comes on at wing defence, and Skillicorn comes on at wing attack. Are you surprised by those changes, Kath, or do you expect to see changes now?
I would have thought now in the third quarter, Isle of Man will want, they've solidified their position in the lead at the moment, and they'll want to try different combinations, potentially rest people. It's a long tournament, this one, so and Malta will be keen to see how everybody the movement works around with them. But it's interesting to see the change, and I can see the keeper's change, who's done a really good job. So just open some fresh legs and make a difference now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that that Malta have changed both of their defensive players in the circle, because I thought they were doing quite a good job.
Yeah, I don't think the changes were as a consequence of performance.
Yeah,
it was
legs.
Yeah, fresh legs on. get a bit of match play under your belt in the tournament.
And fortune favours the brave, right? You might as well
Yeah.
make a change, then stay the same and
Yeah.
get the same results.
If we've got 12 players, then, you know.
Absolutely.
My level 1 coaching coming to the fore then.
Oh, great defence on the back line there by Bridson. Results in a goal. She earned the goal, she shot the goal.
Let's hope she gets up on her feet.
I know, we always,
Yeah.
everything goes quiet, doesn't it? Because you always take a breath when they go down.
Yeah.
Make sure she's all right, but she is. Good hustle there by Peely.
Okay. So Malta goal attacks us for the floor to be wiped. So when the ball comes up, back up now, the umpire should ask for it, which she duly is.
I think potentially that's where she fell over. So it could well be that she slipped on something on the floor. And it's really important at the speed that these players go at, actually, and the power that we're asking them to stop with. It's important that the floor's dry, isn't it? Yeah, umpire not quite happy. It gives everyone a bit of a breather to reflect. Ready to go again.
Where the light shines different angles. Yeah, you can see.
Malta especially need to stop this run now. They haven't scored yet this quarter. Isle of Man already put 3 on the board. And they're just moving it around to create the space. Oh, great defence.
Good defending there.
That's where you want to scream. 2 hands.
Yeah,
Don't whack it, catch it. If you can whack the ball, you can catch it.
exactly.
She says from
Yeah.
not on the court.
Yeah. Yeah.
But enough pressure.
If you can breathe with the ball, you can catch it.
Yeah.
So Isle of Man will be keen to get this back down now. As it's come out of their shooting circles, they're looking to build it back. You can see that the zone defence is on, and it's worked. So nice foresight look down the court.
It was so much better from Malta until it went into arms. They were really working it through.
So break-in's called on the centre pass. Free pass Malta.
Oh, 2 down,
Felt that one.
2 back up.
Umpire's just asking for reset. So it's a free pass was offside.
Oh, great hands there.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Johnston hooking that. Obstruction call means Corinne will get a second shot.
So she's just going to sit and relax and pop it in.
Beautiful.
Great play.
That gets Malta off the scoreboard in this quarter. Or on the scoreboard even. Oh, lovely weighted ball into the pocket. And they're a bit tighter in the pocket, Malta, this quarter. So they've potentially spoken about the depth they're getting, but that ball's still being able to go. So some work still needs to be done there.
Yeah. Some work still to be undertaken. It's offside then.
Ball not received. Just couldn't quite control that one, Bridson.
Both teams, I feel they need to both settle down a little bit. Just feels a bit disjointed at the moment. A bit frantic. Need to take a breath. But
some magic words.
Slowly, isn't it?
Some magic words in netball, aren't there? Like composure, calm, consistency, all those things. I think if we could bottle up and sell, you'd make an absolute fortune.
Beautiful feed over there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was the work that Lagana was doing then off the ball to create that space.
Yeah. Great defending.
It's interesting there, though, that Chloe Swales landed with a ball and she didn't even look into the D because she had Ailish Bridson on ball side position, but still swung it to Skillicorn in the pocket. It's almost like something that they've done consistently. So It'd be interesting to see if a team shut that down, whether they can then adapt and do something different.
Yeah.
Well read there at the back by Becky Hempsel.
Nice movement in. Okay.
Bit of a settler there. She'll be frustrated with that.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just took her eye off it, and that was the end of that. Isle of Man given a chance now.
Well held.
Lovely.
There's the pocket swing.
Yeah. That's the pass they need to stop, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think they need to mix it up a bit now. I mean, the thing is, it worked really well, didn't it, in the first and potentially second quarter. But I mean, you're going to have to do something different at some point in time against different opposition. So, at what point in time do you do it? Maybe now is the time to start mixing up the play. On the other hand, that was beautiful by Malta.
Nice positioning around the circle. And again, we're seeing Malta putting pressure on.
Yeah.
Stopping that feed in.
Have to see if they can convert this now, Malta, because that's the key thing for them. They're getting the turnover. Now can they bring it through the court? Because the minute they can bring it through the court with the turnovers they're getting, they start to become lethal.
Yeah.
Nice. And they're playing back for that front ball a bit now, which is better. Just needs to land a feet.
Just slightly frantic. Isle of Man building it back up again now. This is literally end-to-end netball with no goals at the moment.
That'll probably work in Isle of Man's favour just to calm it down. Pocket.
Yeah.
Credit to the Malta defence.
Around again. You can see it. Isle of Man.
So Malta ball.
Yeah.
Isle of Man aren't happy with that call.
No.
I can't comment because I didn't actually see it come off.
So maybe a slight touch on somebody. So it's all it takes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good movement in.
Yeah, much better play by Malta. Playing it a bit shorter.
Yeah. And a contact called.
Great shot.
Umpire's seen something we didn't then. Yeah. So Malta get a turnover ball then.
In fairness, the umpires see a lot that I don't see.
Yeah, definitely.
And when I'm playing, they see stuff I don't do. I'm joking. I always do
I'm
it.
always getting pinged for stuff, and I think I was safe on the court. So. What Malta are playing strong here.
Oh, lovely ball.
Just going to get a second chance now.
Corinne just screening off the defence from coming round to pressure it.
Lovely positioning by the shooter, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's 2 on the trot for Malta. Can they make it 3?
Isle of Man now will look to stamp themselves authority. And just overhead that pass then, because the space was held lovely.
Nice ball.
And that's a nice shot.
Yeah, that was a really good hold by Chloe Swales as well, really making sure that she was shutting down one side.
Definitely. They're working hard there, aren't they?
Yeah. See, there's the draw in the middle.
Yeah.
Healy was coming through that.
Just coming through and not being seen.
But it opens up the space for everyone else because
Exactly.
she was sucking like 3 defence onto her. And that's what we weren't seeing in the third quarter. And that's why they're playing so much nicer, because they've got those drives and then someone else becomes free.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but, you know, this is international netball and that's the level that you've got to be working at all the time.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel Isle of Man are being pressurised quite significantly by Malta. Take the shot. Oh, unlucky.
See, that time you should take the shot and it didn't work.
I know. My magic take the shot didn't work for her.
There's the drive. See,
Yeah.
that was the drive to draw the defence, and then you needed something else to come
Coming in
through.
behind, yeah. She's not going to make the same mistake. She's got it in there.
Both wing attack, goal attack playing on the same side.
So Malta playing it round at the moment.
That's nice patience though, isn't it?
They
I mean,
are
and opening up
patient.
the other side of the court is lovely. But that's the drive again. You see that first drive is the draw. She's drawn 3 defence and they're sending that first drive ball.
Good hands there by the shooter. What a pass.
Oh, what a ball. That was almost over her head.
Yeah. Malta bench really ecstatic about that bit of activity.
Well, sometimes that little bit of magic, that little bit of flair just lifts your team, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And in fairness, it's 7-all this quarter.
What a lovely pass. Well done, Isla, man. That was lovely.
Don't forget, you can get in touch with us. Completely forgot to tell you at half-time. Hashtag Europe Netball Open 2021. We would love to hear from you.
So, penalty for Isla Man. Let's see what they can do with this. They're going to take it down to goal.
Oh, well
Playing it
weighted.
around. Good marking. Malta is spoiling it for them.
It's a caution. Oh.
So, warning for the goal attack now then, yeah?
Yeah, she was already on a caution, which is why it's been elevated to a warning.
So what happens after that then?
Send off for 2 minutes. Hopefully that won't happen because I, like everybody else, hate seeing 6v7.
Lovely movement. Goal attack doesn't seem to let the warning hamper her playing, which is great.
Yeah, I think it was for basically for disrupting as a defender. And you know what? Full credit to the umpires. If it's actually impeding on the Isle of Man's play, especially when it's going goal for goal, and she hasn't changed her behaviour. They do have to rein it in.
Exactly.
They don't really have anything that they can do, so they have to give those cautions and warnings. But at the same point in time, it'll be interesting now to see what she does do, because she does have to change her behaviour because they don't want to play. There's no, it's game over if she gets sent off.
Yeah, exactly. 2 minutes with 6 players is a killer.
Yeah, and it's losing your goal attack as well, because you
Yeah.
can't put someone in that position. So I'm sure all of us that play netball have had some local league game where we've rocked up and there's only been 6 players, and generally when that happens you lose a wing, don't you?
Yeah, one of the wings gets to go, bless them.
But if you lose one of your shooters, then scoring a goal is obviously really difficult. Oh, nice bullet ball.
Isle of Man is still pushing them to get that ball in, and if they've achieved that. So it's contact just as she drops through. And then the goal's in. So a lot of effort for Isle of Man to get it in there, but they capitalised on it, and they did it on a turnover ball. So
Yeah.
nice movement in the circle. Oh! Umpire deemed no control then the goal attack.
Yeah, I'm rubbish at the replay rule.
Goal shooter rather, yeah.
I never really understand it.
All about control.
No.
Of which I had very little. In a variety of areas. Oh, lovely.
That was a really lovely weighted ball, wasn't it?
I know.
And what we miss sometimes is the fact that the composure it takes for the goal shooters on those to move at the right time.
Yeah.
So it might look really easy, but it's not. To keep the defence off that ball is
Exactly.
quite tricky.
So counting down now.
Oh, I reckon she'd have got away with that if she hadn't looked at the umpire.
Yeah.
Let's see if Malta can capitalise
So
on
what
it. Oh,
exactly
great
happened
arms.
then, Nat?
She stepped over the line and then she looked at the umpire, and the umpire realised that she'd, I think, gone offside.
No.
She might have seen it already
So
anyway.
they lost their centre then, didn't they?
So end of third quarter. Much better performance from Malta in that quarter.
Yeah, I think that they've really pushed them. Each quarter they've improved, which is heartening because they've had, like I said, they've been out from international play for some time. So this is really good for them because they have improved as they've gone along. Isle of Man have just really come out strong, so they've had different combinations and they've still maintained an excellent score line.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it was a 9-12 quarter on that quarter, so a lot closer than it's been in the first and second. So you can see the improvements that Malta have made. They were obviously a lot cleverer playing the ball through the court.
Yeah.
So the Isle of Man defence wasn't as effective as it has been. It was still effective,
yes,
but it's just not what we've seen in the first and second.
Malta are relaxing into the match now and they're getting the measure of and understanding of what they need to do to move out to that defensive blocks on them. So as that quarter went on, you could see it happening.
Yeah, so you can see some replays on the screen for you now of what's happened during that game.
Strong rebounding and then shooting, then straight off it. Excellent work there.
Yeah, and that was great, wasn't it? I mean, that's got to be the dream, hasn't it? You goal shooter that defends.
Eye on the ball, intercept it, shot it.
Yeah.
Well done,
So if you're coaching now, I know I've asked you this before, but what do you do now? I mean, for Malta, 23-39, potentially not a winnable game now.
No. I mean, something pretty amazing would have to happen for the match not to be won now by Isle of Man. I think they've pretty much put their stamp on it on that front. But I think that looking to see what the bench is doing over there on the Malta bench, I can't see significant changes. But I think they'd be keen to make sure everybody gets on the court in readiness now for the rest of the tournament. And they'll be mindful looking at some of the potential tweaks they've done, is that they've got quite a few under a caution.
Yeah.
So you just, once they're not carried forward during the course of the tournament, you don't want to have people coming off, like you said, with the ones with the warnings, etc. That's the last thing you want. So it'll be interesting to see now how they'll manage that. Isle of Man, I'm presuming they're going to be getting everybody on the court now if they haven't already.
Interestingly, we've got some of those changes come through already, so I'm assuming potentially they were quite pre-planned by the coaches. We don't normally get them quite so quick. No changes for Malta, so they're not going to play all their bench. They're going to run out what they have at the moment.
So and keeping the player on with the warning as well.
That means Sabrina Abu-Grin on a warning will run out the rest of this quarter. For the Isle of Man, Kat Keeling will be coming on at goal shooter. Alice Cross will be coming on at goal attack, and Cassidy Pizzi comes on at centre. So Rachel Johnston, she's put in a good stint at centre for Isle of Man, gets a well-deserved rest.
That's fair enough. It's a long tournament for them. They've got quite a lot of matches because they'll be playing Northern Ireland as well later on. So right to move everybody around, isn't it?
Absolutely. They do play again tomorrow at 12 o'clock, taking on Northern Ireland. Again, that isn't part of the competition. That is a standalone ranking match, but it's still a match that they're going to want to put a good performance out of, because ranking points are really important for the Isle of Man now. So on 23, they're closing in on that top 20. Malta, in case you are a Malta supporter, are playing again tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Switzerland. So we line up for the fourth and final quarter in this game. Lucretia Healy taking the centre pass. Gets that first important ball out. Oh, nice change there.
Oh, unlucky.
There is a change for Malta. I can say that is not the same wing attack. Bear with, when we get those, we will bring them to you.
Good catch by the Isle of Man centre there. Looks like Isle of Man have got everybody on, haven't they? Which is good. They're building up again. Shooter's asking for that ball. It's duly passed over. So back we go again. That was turnover ball. So Isle of Man now have taken the centres from Malta. And good vision with that pass in, but let's see what the tall shooters can do.
So interestingly, after having that conversation about the warning, Nadia Turban has moved to goal attack. So she's obviously a wing attack that can shoot as well. And Jana Parch-Cox comes on at wing attack for Malta. So there is that change. So pretty much as you thought would happen.
Yeah, they protected that player and taken him off. And it's ensured that they can do the 15 minutes, hopefully with all 7 on the court.
Interestingly, I'm not 100% sure what happens in terms of moving games forward. I will find that out for tomorrow for you. If someone is taken off, whether that impacts them in later games. So we will find out that information, because I'm sure it's a question that will come up, and we will let you know. Hopefully we won't see it, so it won't make any difference.
Fingers crossed.
Great defence there by Malta. A nice outlet ball to Buttigieg.
Fitness levels are looking good for both squads, which is great, isn't it? They're maintaining the same intensity that was in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely movement by Malta there. There's flashes of absolute great netball going on as well. Great netball full stop, but then really flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, that through court was superb, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
Jana Parch-Cox just showing why she's been put on the court.
It's looking to take advantage now of a nice holding position.
Great defence.
Alaman losing the ball there in the circle to Malta. Alaman now looking to bring back. They've got the zone going.
Yeah, they just need to settle, don't they, in that new attacking end. They've got a new shooter, a new goal attack. It's quite hard to come on in the fourth, as it is. They just need to settle. Give them some easy balls in.
Yeah.
Kat Keeling on the back line. Oh, she shoots well though, doesn't she?
She does indeed.
Swish. Great defence there by the centre, Catherine Pizzi. Nice quick ball in by Healy. Beautiful shot. 25-42.
So Malta not giving up here. I think they'll be battling to the end.
No, and it's really important, isn't it, that they build. I mean, the last quarter, like we say, 9-12, there was only 3 in it, which is really good. And at the start of a competition, going in against all those other games, you have to build, don't you? You can't just give up and let it go.
Eilerman then playing this to his strengths, passing a lovely overhead into cross.
Yeah, just a breaking call there.
Using the height really well in that circle.
Oh, it's a long one. Oh, well held.
Oh, and a lovely pass off it.
You could almost see her wind up for that.
I know.
The arm came back. She was like, it's
like
coming.
Pass,
Oh,
good
great.
defending.
Yeah, great pressure by Healy.
Nice play, Eilerman. Very nice.
Yeah, good connection there between Alice Cross and Kat Keelim.
So Malta won't want to lose this centre now, so they need to make sure they keep it safe.
Oh, they didn't listen to safe, but accurate. Man, that was on point.
My heart was in my mouth then.
But that's great, isn't it? The confidence to send those balls.
Exactly.
It's great because we're not sat on the bench.
Oh, marvellous. We've got the easiest job in the world. And that's a penalty goal for Eilerman. Again, let's look what Malta can do. Always need to keep these centres safe. They're looking in.
She is looking in, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
And Carissa Healy wants to send that ball nice and early. Quite a risky one there to send 2-on-1.
Maybe should have played the triangle out. But
you wonder whether it was more of a forced change though, and that actually she doesn't want to shoot.
exactly. Oh. And it's in. Shooter breathes a sigh of relief.
It's not too bad if you can get your rebounds, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful
Lovely
ball.
passing in. And it's down.
Yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? Too
Yeah.
easy.
Coming out very well for the ball. Oh, that's nice positioning.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh, again, the court's just not long enough. Bless.
There's a shame on that because apart from that, it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I do wonder where the defence has gone. It seems like the strong defence that we saw from both teams has just pulled off a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, good interception, but that was almost passed to her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without being harsh. And we're missing that real pressure through court defence that we saw from the Isle of Man.
Yeah, it's definitely changed slightly. But occasionally Malta not capitalising on that.
Good little hustle going on there between the centre wing defence.
Just a small one. So offside call, so it's a free pass out. Malta not keen to pass to take the shot then, were they? But obviously getting closer. And that's why.
Yeah.
Lovely shot.
Lagana's been on point, hasn't she, with the shooting?
That was important that Malta kept their centre there, so they weren't turned over again. And that was a lovely feed.
Yeah, there wasn't too much that Bukatijic could do about that one.
I think Cross can feed him a sixpence the way she's playing. And coming back to Mark, all the Isle of Man players are trying their best to spoil this. Shooter's coming out of the circle, so she needs to work her way back in.
Both in the same space.
Yeah, she's got some space here, but
can't play it from the floor.
No, you're going to have to get up. Easier said than done, obviously, but this Isle of Man again, just simple but perfect netball then.
Yeah, I mean, we said at the beginning, we just need to calm down and get those connections, but now they've got those connections, haven't they, in that attack end? It's pinpoint perfect passes, and they've got a lot of space as well. They seem to be able to be moving a bit freely.
Looks like there's another same area as before. It needs a bit of a wipe down. Cross went down earlier on, just on that bit as well. So
someone's dribbling over that side.
Yep.
Oh, well read.
Yeah. So they'll be looking now.
Oh, great defence.
Isle of Man keen to try and stop that coming out any further in that third. Okay, she's asking for it.
Oh, Tamara Vella. That's what you've got to do as a captain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky. Up. I just jumped with them.
Yeah. I can see you jumping off the seat there, Nat.
Once a defender, always a defender. Come on, defence. Good rebound, Buttigieg. Now they've just got to calm, take it through. Where's the driver?
Yeah.
3 movers. Nice.
Yeah.
Draw in the middle. Pass the
right.
wide. Lovely.
Yeah.
They're dicing.
Way back in now.
They were dicing with 3 seconds, weren't they then?
Yeah. That was lovely play from Malta.
Yeah, and a nice shot by Nadia Turban. She's just proving to me that she can shoot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Good. Oh, beautiful ball.
Definitely. And it's in.
Ticking back in touch.
Isle of Man looking to keep their centre now.
Oh, and another turnover. Can they make it 3 in a row? Finishing strong will.
Oh no, they've got themselves into a groove here now.
Yeah, and finishing strong will stand them in really good stead going into the next match.
They'll come away with confidence.
Absolutely. So Malta take on Switzerland tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Oh, footwork. Yeah. That is the time over here. So you may have to adjust that 4 o'clock to wherever you are in the world. but they'll be looking to finish strong here, so that firstly they put Switzerland under pressure before they've got on the court, but secondly so that they feel a bit more confident going in as well.
So a contact called in, we'll have a penalty shot. Shouldn't move, that'll get reset.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Isle of Man really showing what depth they've got on their bench, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, Malta really pushing them at the moment. For this quarter so far, Malta scored 7. What's Isle of Man? Might look at my math. 12. So
Yeah.
Isle of Man still very much in control, but Malta have got strong shoots to build off for definite.
Yeah, they've got some fantastic periods of play. And you know, if they hadn't had so many of those unforced errors in the first and potentially second quarter, you just wonder whether this would have been a much closer game.
Yeah. So players offside there. Keep shooter. If she looked in, the shooter was holding a lovely position then for Isle of Man. It's easy to do it when you're not playing, mind, isn't it? You can see it all.
Nice ball. Oh! Oh, you know what? That was a perfect opportunity to say whoopsie daisy like Ebony Beckford Chambers. Oh, sorry, Ebony Userode Brown.
Yeah.
I will get a whoopsie daisy in Ebony before the end of the tournament.
Point, yeah. So Isle of Man not frightened to throw it around, are they? So
great defence there by Malta. You could see Kat trying to get.
yeah, they could get in there then, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to get her to swing round and create that screen. It was just a little bit too late. Beautiful shot by Nadia.
Play, all from that turnover down the back. So Isle of Man lost their centre then. And now Malta will be looking to keep their centre and get a goal off this.
Nice ball.
Shooter is very fluid in her movement, in and out, isn't she?
Yeah, she's put a real good stint in today, actually.
That's unlucky there. They haven't missed that much in this quarter when it's got down in there, have they?
No. Oh, long
Lovely
bomb.
pass. What a beautiful pass. Well-deserved goal off that pass then.
I think Cassidy Pizzi might be the long bomb queen.
Yeah.
In terms of the pass. Shot. And it's how quick they can score as well, isn't it, the Isle of Man?
Yeah. 2 passes, they were down there.
Oh, unlucky. But backed up by Lucressa Healy.
Ooh. Didn't fall kindly for her then.
This is because you said they didn't miss.
I know. I really should keep my mouth shut.
This is your fault, Kat.
Yeah. It always is.
Oh, into the last minute now. Isle of Man will be keen to get one more on the board.
They're all playing.
There's that long ball.
And a contact called.
Shot.
Cross puts her away.
Still enough time for one more.
So this should be straight for the Isle of Man. Lovely little
great
screen
ball.
then go in.
Yeah, lovely. Oh,
Good tip. Trying to keep it in. Let's see if Malta can get it down in the 1 second. Nope.
no, not quite. Close. 32, sorry. 32-53. 32 Malta, 53 Isle of Man. Closer than I thought it was going to be at the start of the game.
Oh, absolutely. The first quarter, I was a little concerned. I felt that Isle of Man would win the match, but that it would be more of a runaway. Don't get me wrong. This is a big win for Isle of Man. It's a good and solid win. But Malta came back, and I think they should pat themselves very firmly on the back. They've performed brilliantly. and should be proud of themselves.
Absolutely, and as we said, been out of the scene for a bit, so a return to international netball, that's not a bad first game, is it?
Definitely not. Bodes well for the rest of the tournament. These two teams have just made it very exciting. Netball is going to be for the next couple of days.
Right, let's quickly whiz through for you what we have coming up. So that is our last game for today. Don't go anywhere because we will speak to the captains shortly. However, tomorrow we have for you starting at 9 o'clock. Remember, this is time in Gibraltar, so change it for wherever you are in the world. At 9 we have Gibraltar versus Switzerland. 12 o'clock, Isle of Man versus Northern Ireland. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Switzerland versus Malta. And then 6 o'clock tomorrow, UAE versus Gibraltar. Also games on Saturday and Sunday. You can see those on your screens now. I won't bore you by going through them all again because you can read them. However, right now we are going to go over and catch an interview with our captains.
So that's going to go over and have a chat to the captains now after what is a sterling effort by both teams, and they should be taking the court shortly. I'd like to say thank you very much to the sponsors for the tournament, which are the Europort, Hassan's, Safety Solutions, Sarconian Speed, GSLA, M&A and the Holiday Inn Express, and a big thank you to the government of Gibraltar, who've been such massive supporters of the sport and this event. And Gibraltar's been rewarded with a successful bid to World Netball to host the next Youth World Cup, which will be in 4 years' time. So tickets will come up for that in due course, and it certainly will be a tournament very worthy to watch. It's under 21s as the youth, but they certainly are worth watching. It's the stars of tomorrow in the open world, and certainly some of the netball you'll see will be absolutely exhilarating.
So here with the captain for Malta, Vela, how was that for you?
Oh, yes, although this wasn't a win for us, we still worked hard as a team. I mean, I'm very proud of my team. We stepped up our game from the first quarter till the last. Unfortunately, we lost, but we'll work hard for the next one.
Yeah, we said in comms, your improvement over the game was immense. The first quarter we thought, it might have been a bit of a blowout, but actually you came back really strong. And the third quarter was a fantastic quarter.
Yes. So I do really believe that in the coming games we can start with a better netball game.
So you take on Switzerland tomorrow.
Yes.
Same game plan, something a bit different?
Oh, maybe we'll surprise you.
Well, very well done. It was a great game to watch and a great return to international netball.
Thank you very much. Well done for the tournament. It was very nice. Thank you.
So here with the captain Ashley Hall for the Isle of Man. Strong first win, you must be pleased with that.
Very pleased, just pleased to be back out on court and playing again. It's been emotional coming back here because this is where we played our first tournament.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, coming back here and getting back into international netball. The first quarter was quite, it felt emotional and the nerves were coming in, but after that first quarter's out the way, we all felt a bit better.
We said you had really solid defence throughout the court, put pressure early on. That 5 dice zone in the middle was an absolute killer for Malta to start with.
Yeah, we got a lot of chance to practice that today, went off the back line a lot, but we felt like we put what we've been practicing at training into use in the game, so we're happy with that performance.
And you managed to get lots of people on the court, and there wasn't too much difference in between who you played.
No, we're happy with the transitions, and we got 3 new caps on court today, so we're really happy about that. We'll be celebrating.
Fabulous. So you've got Northern Ireland tomorrow.
Yep.
A big game, but a ranking game. Excited about that one?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but as ever, we'll just look at our game and see what we can do.
And goals for the tournament?
Oh, it's just we've got no pressure on us. The coaching staff haven't put any pressure on us. We've got no pressure on ourselves. We just want to come enjoy ourselves and get back into the swing of things.
But a goal would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for an awesome game. We really enjoyed watching it.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks.